The Manufacture of Madness presents a stimulating and challenging perspective on mental illness, which some may find provocative or even extreme. The author, Szasz, is often viewed as a maverick by his professional colleagues, due to his iconoclastic approach. However, those who approach his work with an open mind will discover rewarding insights. Szasz's ideas, developed in his earlier work The Myth of Mental Illness, challenge the prevailing concept of mental illness, likening it to the historical concept of witchcraft. He argues that mental illness serves a similar social function in modern society, as witchcraft did in the Middle Ages, with medicine replacing theology and mental patients replacing witches. Throughout the book, Szasz elaborates on this parallel, sometimes overstating his case, but providing compelling evidence nonetheless. He draws insightful parallels between heresy and madness, highlighting the historical trends and fundamental issues underlying the persecution of those deemed mentally ill. Szasz distinguishes between contractual and institutional psychiatry, expressing no objection to the former, where individuals voluntarily seek treatment and enter into agreements with psychotherapists. However, he raises concerns about institutional psychiatry, where individuals are compelled to undergo treatment or hospitalization, with the therapist's allegiance directed more towards the state than the individual. Szasz draws a parallel between church-priest inquisition dynamics and state physician institutional psychiatry, highlighting the infringement upon individual rights. He underscores the danger of institutions, whether church or state, usurping the rights of individuals deemed different from the established norms. Diagnosis and labeling, whether as heresy or mental illness, are determined by criteria set forth by these institutions. Once labeled, the state or church acts in the name of the common good, potentially curtailing individual freedoms. Szasz's analysis serves as a cautionary tale about the expansion of institutional psychiatry. While it may be challenging to fully grasp the significance of contemporary developments in the moment, understanding historical parallels can provide valuable perspective. Szasz's warnings prompt a critical examination of proposals for improving mental health facilities and establishing community mental health centers. Professionals in law and mental health are urged to consider Szasz's insights when navigating issues related to institutional psychiatry, regardless of whether they share his interpretations or apprehensions. Szasz highlights subtle yet significant attitudes among proponents of the community mental health movement, noting their boundless benevolence, coupled with a tendency to treat mental patients as defective objects in need of repair by technocrats. This perspective transforms individuals seeking treatment into mere malfunctioning objects diagnosed by state-appointed experts. The shift towards legislated psychotherapy raises concerns about individual autonomy and the role of the state in intervening to protect individuals from perceived inadequacies. Some argue that state intervention is justified when individuals are unaware of their need for treatment or pose a perceived risk to public health due to contagious mental diseases. However, until the contagion of mental illness is substantiated, state intervention may be viewed as an unjustified infringement on individual liberties. At the heart of the matter lies the question of individual rights and responsibilities, in relation to those of the state, and professionals involved in promoting human welfare. Values come into play, potentially leading to divergence in priorities. For instance, the value of life over death underpins medical and psychotherapeutic practices, raising the question of whether professionals or the state have the right to impose this value on individuals who may not share it. Similarly, the value that being well is preferable to being ill prompts consideration of how much deviation from societal norms warrants intervention. How individuals perceive and prioritize these values may vary, leading to complex ethical dilemmas regarding the extent to which individuals can be presumed to forfeit their rights based on their deviation from societal norms. Szasz raises concerns about the legal status of the mentally ill, highlighting the existence of two sets of laws, one for the sane and another for the insane. He contends that individuals categorized as mentally ill face a stigma imposed by the state through institutional psychiatry, leading to disparities in legal treatment regarding hospitalization, marriage, divorce, criminal proceedings, and other privileges. He urges the legal profession to reassess the relationship between law and psychiatry, particularly in light of developments in forensic psychiatry. Szasz questions whether changes in this relationship have compromised lawyers' ability to uphold and defend individual rights. He argues that courtroom discussions involving psychiatric testimony may bias perceptions of the accused as mentally ill, thereby influencing legal decisions based on expert opinions regarding diagnosis and treatment. Szasz emphasizes the potential injustice of maintaining two sets of laws, and the risks posed to the legal system by the reliance on psychiatric testimony. He calls upon legal professionals to take note of these developments and advocate for safeguards to protect individual rights.